Beida, and I am a facilitator here at Girls Inc. Memphis, and today we're going to be learning some macrame.
So what you'll need is some rope. Pretty much any kind of rope can be used for macrame. The one that I have here is about 4 millimeters thick, which is pretty standard for macrame projects, but really anything between 3 millimeters and 9 millimeters will work. The next thing we'll need is a base. This is what we're going to tie our rope onto. A lot of people use a wooden dowel for hangings, but I just went outside and found this thick stick and it's going to work just fine. You'll also need some scissors and a measuring tape or ruler. To start off, we're going to cut 6 pieces of rope and we want them to be 98 inches each. Start off by measuring out 1 piece of rope to 98 inches. Cut it, and then instead of having to use your measuring tape or ruler to measure the next one, just use your very first piece of rope as the guide for the rest of them. Continue to do this until you have 6 pieces of rope. We're going to start off with a lark's head knot. So take 1 piece of rope and then fold it in half so that in one hand you have the 2 ends of the rope, and then in the other hand you'll have the folded midpoint. Take the folded part of the rope and wrap it around the top of the base and then back towards you. Then grab the 2 ends and place them through the loop, pulling them down. Keep pulling them like so, smooth out the rope, and then pull tight to create your lark's head knot. Perfect. Now keep using lark's head knots to attach the rest of your rope. Once all of our rope is attached to our base, we're ready to do a half knot. Grab 4 strands and then take the 2 outside strands. We have our right strand and our left strand and then the middle strand. Take the right strand and cross it on top of the 2 middle strands and then underneath the left strand, like so. Then grab your left strand and then pass it underneath and behind the 2 middle strands and through the loop that the right strand created. Pull it through. Mine got caught a little bit right there. And then tighten the outside strands, keeping the middle strands pulled down, like so. And that is our half knot. We are going to repeat this half knot in order to make a spiral knot. So continue making the same exact half knot, right strand over and then left strand behind and through, over and over, always starting with the same side until your knot starts to slowly spiral. you can see, my knot is starting to spiral, so I'm going to put one more in there. And then I can kind of turn it or flip it over to create the spiral, and then use my now new right strand to continue my half knots and continue the spiral. Keep doing this until your spiral knot is to your desired length. Next up, we have the square knot. A square knot is pretty much just 2 half knots, but starting from different sides. So first, we'll do our regular half knot that we just did like 100 of. So right strand over, left strand behind and through. Go ahead and tighten. Getting really good at these by now. And then for our next half knot, we're going to start with the left strand this time. So you're going to take your left strand, cross that one in front of the 2 middle strands, and then underneath the right strand. And then take the right strand behind the middle strands and through the loop, and tighten. And that is a square knot. And last, our switch knot. A switch knot is made using square knots, but looks a lot different. We'll start off by making just a regular square knot. And then we're going to go down about 1 inch on our rope, and then take the middle strands and switch them with the outside strands, passing them underneath the outside strands. So the middle strands become our outside strands. And then we're just going to make another square knot using our new outside strands. It starts to get a little bit tricky here, especially with how tight you have your strands, how tight you're pulling your knots. So this is definitely something that you'll get better at with practice. You'll see here on mine that they're really not the best. They're not very symmetrical, but later on I fix them. You can kind of pull on them a little bit and figure out how to get them so that they look nice but are still secure. And that's pretty much it. Keep going down about 1 inch at a time. Try and even out the spacing between everything. Tuck those middle strands underneath the outside strands, and then make your new square knot. So we've now learned how to make 3 different knot chains, I guess we could call them. We have our switch knot, our square knot, and our spiral knot. So you guys can go ahead and attach however many extra pieces of rope that you'd like and create more knot chains. If you know how to braid, you can throw a few braids in there and just get creative and make it your own.
Thank you so much for joining me for this session. Let me know what you thought of the activity down below in the comments. If you want to show me what you made today, then you could send some pictures to my email, or you could upload it onto Instagram or Facebook and tag Girls Inc. Memphis. We'll see you next time.